YouTubers, welcome back to Rankin Projects. All right, today's project we are going to do the front struts on the Yukon. So we got the Magna ride on this, and it has literally been riding like a covered wagon with wooden wheels. I mean, it is rough. So we're gonna get these. We've got some R-knot front strut assemblies. We're gonna replace them. And so let's get to it. All right, guys, so we got the tire off. And just gonna show you in here. So I did watch some videos and some people take this inner fender well out. And you can see, it looks like I can get to all three bolts right there on top of the strut assembly. So I might try that. Looking at how many nuts are on this fender well, it's like there's a lot there. I mean, I could zip them all out. It wouldn't be too big of a deal. Some are Torx. Some are actual bolt heads. So it might be easier just getting it all out of there and out of my way. So maybe I will do that. We'll see. The other thing I got to do is, you can see down here, they say to go ahead and loosen this. Not all, you don't have to take it all the way off, but loosen all this up. I think it's like 15 millimeter. One on the top, one on the bottom, and you can zip that thing off of there and loosen it up. That'll give you more play, so then when this thing does drop, it'll be able to drop down and get it out of there. So, all right, well, we're gonna do the bottoms first on this. Down there, there's 2 bolts. Up there, there's 3 bolts. And then it just drops out of there. You drop it down so that you can get the top. You can swing it out of this metal casing here. This is all, let's see if I can get the light shining on there for you. This is all like a metal casing. So you drop it down past where it's mounted there, and then you'll actually pull it back out between this like wishbone thing here, and come out towards us this way. So, all right, we'll get at it. All right, guys. So we're getting the fender liner out right now. And I wanted to point out, there were probably, let's see, there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 of the Torx. We got 5 7 millimeter bolt heads that came out of the fender. And then in the front, up here, underneath, there's actually 2 more, and they're 10 millimeter. So just so you have all the measurements there. That's what we're taking out. You can see she's starting to come out pretty good. Okay, so up in the front there where those 2 10 millimeter bolts are, there's also a little pry button type thing. So get your pry tool and we're gonna pop that out. Good idea taking that out. I know it's a lot of extra work, but man, I have access now. Let's take a look. Oh, look at how much room we have in here now. Wide open. So, yep, here are our bolts. Really easy to get to. So yeah, let's get going. I did put a little, I'm gonna pop those caps, put a little of my acetone and transmission fluid concoction on there. Let it soak a little bit. I already did the bottoms, so we're gonna do those first. So let's get at it. All right, so far guys, we got the bottom bolts out down there. We loosened up our, oh, that's a tensioner. I think it's a sway bar assembly or something. Loosen that up. Getting these guys up here, I actually don't have a deep well 18mm socket, so might be something you want to invest in. I'm just using a wrench and it is rather slow. I am going to unhook the wire over here. This is where you pop that gray tab out and it comes disconnected there. And so we're going to do that and then just start wrenching on these to get them out of there. You can see that they're still got a little ways to go on those. So keep it going. We're still wrenching on this thing. The other thing I would say, guys, is probably wouldn't be a bad idea, if you don't have a deep well 18mm socket, get a ratcheting wrench. I just got the standard old wrench. I'm sweating, it's taking forever. So I love working when you have the right tools. This stuff can get pretty frustrating, but we'll keep going, gotta get her done. All right, we got two bolts off, two nuts off. We're working on the last one here. Okay. Alrighty, so I got my wire disconnected. I do have to cut it off. I have to snip it off of this. It's got a zip tie around the other electrical cord, so let's snip that off of there. I know it's a little overkill, but all my tools are over at the house that we're working on fixing up, so gotta use what I got today. Now, try to get this done properly. There she is. Alrighty. Came with some new hardware. That's the bolts from the bottom, the two bolts. But all right, let's get the new one in. Alrighty. These clips to put on. Oh, well, snapped on pretty easy. Okay. Now we'll put it back in the way the other one came out. I'm gonna make sure you first do your cord up through the hole because you don't want that getting pinched or anything. All right. Just looking, guys, when I'm doing this, I'm gonna push down on this arm a little bit. It gives me a little bit more room. I wonder if that's why it's so tight. Okay. Whew. So, I watch all these videos on YouTube about doing this. They make it look so easy. Holy cow. I am drenched. The bolts only go one way. So there's three of them, so kind of like this, right, or whatever. So they only rotate and go specifically one direction. I'm trying to figure out now my shock's longer than this arm, so I don't know why this arm came up, but I may have to get it to release a little bit more, because that was kind of a pain putting that in and out. It was really tight. So I think if I loosen that more, I might be able to get a bit more space. And now my shock right now is longer. It's hanging down below where those two spacers are. So my shock is here with those clips, and the arms that it sits on is up here. So I need to get that arm under there. I don't know. We'll figure it out though. Alrighty, let's get at it. Before you guys put this in, make sure that you take these nuts off that are on these posts right here. I had them on there and didn't realize, I thought that was part of the assembly of the whole spring, but didn't realize that's hardware I'm supposed to use for the nuts. So make sure you take those off. Alrighty guys, well, I didn't show the whole process of doing all of this, but I didn't show the whole process of doing all this, but we got her in there, putting the fender well up in there now. Yeah, it went in pretty good. There she is. Got her tightened down there. I did use the nuts that it came with. Put some Loctite on those bolts. I didn't use the clips that were on the other ones. Got my sway bar back on. Okay, I would advise, if you can, loosen that up as much as you can, but don't take it off. That was kind of a pain getting back in there. But yeah, just a lot of wiggle and jiggle and pushing this whole system down and getting it in there. But yep, got the wires, you can see up in there, connected, zip tied. She's ready to go on this side. Now we're gonna do the other side, but hope you guys like that one. This one is the passenger side, obviously. A lot of videos I saw, they all did the other side. And the other side, I think you can get from the top a lot easier. Let me show you. So this one, we got a lot more stuff to get. Let me see if I can get the light for you. You can get all the way down in there. It's a little bit tricky. I don't know if you guys can see. Like right there, I think you might be able to see one of the studs on top of that. There's the top of it with the little wire coming out, a little red wire down there. A lot more to get around. You can see all the hoses and air conditioning and everything like that. So this side over here, I might end up going to the top, through the top, because it's right there. A lot less to deal with. But yeah, that is it. One other thing, at the very end here, do make sure you undo your negative as we're plugging those in and out. Otherwise, all right guys, that is it. Get that other side done. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna get this fender well back in here, and like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Let me know if you have any questions. Take care.